dear friends, and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I'm so happy you are here. So today we are doing a reading that was voted on, and we chose what do you need to surrender in order for more growth to come in, right? So I have to say though, this is a message that I'm feeling. You're growing every day. So this is just, I would say, more to speed up the growth than it is to like say, oh, I wanted to say that because I think we're always in a constant state of growth. We just may not notice it because it's like small, right? But it's there. I just wanted to say that for some reason, but we'll go with that. So welcome to my new friends. Hopefully you enjoy this, and thank you for giving me a chance. And for all my older friends who've been with me, just thank you for sticking with me. Oh, it really does mean a lot. So I will, let's look at each pile. So this is going to be pile 1. Whew, and just kind of connect to this energy. Just like when you're just looking at this, I always say like try to take deep breaths and just kind of clear your mind. There's like, it's just little things that call you out from each one. So, and you can choose more than one pile, just so you know that there is that option. All right, so let's take a deep breath in. Close our eyes. Clear our mind. And now as we exhale and open our eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. All right, let's do this. Hello from my friends from group 1. I'm trying to like, but you can kind of see all the other stuff. Let me just move stuff out of the way. So we have the focus. Yes, all right, let's get to it. So what do we need to surrender in order for more growth, like for quicker growth, I would say, because like I said in the beginning, we are always growing, my friends. Okay. Okay, look at that. Oof. Okay, so I'm actually oh, I like this a lot. You know why I like this a lot? Okay. So I wanted, and sort of why I laid out the tarot first before, because I wanted to know about this Horse King, assistance and control. Because I feel like one thing maybe that I feel like it would be beneficial to surrender is the need for control. And I have to say, it's actually what I'm seeing with this assistance is like allowing for assistance, allowing for help to come through. So I would say the need to have, like, to do it all by yourself. Like that's what I'm saying here. Because just imagine like having, like here we have the assistance of even like, I would say, it doesn't even necessarily mean like a person's assistance or people's assistance. It could actually be your spirit guides here, like your animal spirit guides. Here we have the horse, and the horse, that's like, it will make, instead of like going up this mountain, instead of like climbing whatever obstacles that you have to do, like imagine walking that versus like actually getting the assistance of a horse to like move you to where you need to go. It's a lot. The journey is a lot different. And so I'm not necessarily like, oh, you have to go out, because I feel like you maybe like, oh, I don't, want to like, what I'm getting from you is like, I don't want to like have to get help, because then it's sort of like having to depend on others, and also having like, maybe you feel like you're burdening others as well. That's sort of, both things come into mind here. And so what I'm seeing here is that just because you're asking for assistance, if you are afraid of like burdening others, or if you're afraid of letting others in, understandably so, sometimes we just aren't ready for that yet, then definitely I would say asking for assistance, right? Assistance and help from spirit guides, especially I would say your animal spirit guides here, and possibly ancestors as well. So asking for their help, because I really see like the mountain is like you have to overcome something. The mountain is a challenge, but in the Lenormand, right? It's a challenge that you can overcome, but it will slow you down, and it's an obstacle in the path. And so what I'm seeing here, yeah. You can see all these beautiful cards, right? But we do have the Three of Swords and we do have the Ten of Swords. I do think that you are you're so close to ending this cycle of the swords, like of the Ten of Swords. You're so close to ending the cycle. But there's still this Three of Swords, which is like heartache, pain, and like I think that's the place where it's being slowed down the most, because I have to say, like, look, you have the Fool energy, which is like a new beginning. You have the Empress, which is sort of like a state of creation as well, like your ideas are creating. You have, I feel like, okay, it's interesting because like the window feels like it's almost like you're blocking your creativity. It's what I'm saying, like the Empress is being blocked right now and even the Fool is being blocked right now by these Two Swords energies here. But you have, again, like here you have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are turning out for you. This is a very optimistic, very beautiful energy that's coming in here. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which I feel like is letting you know that your luck is changing. Things are looking up. We have the Ace of Wands, again, a new beginning of some kind, but with creativity, with passion, something where you're actually beginning to manifest the things that you want. And here with this King of Pentacles, it's, to me, part of this manifestation that you're having. It's like a lot of abundance and being secure with yourself, being secure with where you're headed, and almost like and recognizing, because the King of Pentacles is always like, I feel like a recognition of all the work you've done to reach this point. So we're going to clarify this Ten of Swords and this Three of Swords, because like you can see here, the Empress is being like, yes, it's cozy, but I really feel like this window is like you're sort of blocking like your creativity. And it could be for some of you, if you're, wanting like pregnancy here, this is blocking that as well. But it feels like it's your creativity, your ability to like your ideas, creating the life that you want. And I hear the Fool is almost like the Fool is stopped walking right here, right? It's almost like you're about to start something new, about to begin something new that is something that's very exciting for you. But you're being like, these two energies are really blocking you. So let's go ahead and see. What is this Three of Swords doing here? What is this Three of Swords doing here? What is this Three of Swords doing here? What is this Three of Swords? Three of Swords doing here? Three of Pentacles, okay. This is Three of Swords doing here. This is Three of Swords doing here. Interesting. The Queen of Cups. There is also the Devil card here. We do have the Ten of Swords. What is this Ten of Swords doing here? 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 Oh, interesting. We have the Three of Cups, Seven of Cups. Okay. Okay. So I'm beginning to see here, and so we're seeing different. Okay. We're seeing because I see different ways of looking at this. So, in one way, I can see if you're wanting the Empress, if you're wanting, for example, love to come through, you want love, manifesting new beginnings, manifesting, yeah, like manifesting love coming through. I think there's a lot of chance, and you might even have it with this King of Pentacles. What you are holding on here, and you do have a lot of threes. You have 3, 3, and 3. And even here, the 3 again. So 3 is important. It's to me, 3 is balancing your spirit, emotions, and thoughts, like all 3. And physical is in there as well. So physical, spirit, and also like emotions, feelings, right? So there, to me, it's a trinity. And so for some of you, I feel like this Ten of Swords, you might have been, and here, you might have been hurt. For those of you, this is pertaining in terms of love, you were hurt, or maybe like who you were with chose somebody else. There was a third party situation. But I think this Ten of Swords, if you can deal with it, if you can actually, I almost feel like, so surrendering to me means letting go of it, but it means facing it, because what we usually do is that we don't face it, we just keep it inside. And so once we actually face it, let go, understand it, take whatever lessons we needed to get out of that Ten of Swords. And I feel like the Ten of Swords is, like I said, the ending here. There's the Judgment, a new beginning. There's, for some of you, there might even be meeting up with this person who hurt you again, and I feel like maybe getting an apology for some reason. We do have this Three of Swords here, which is, see, I feel like, and I'm going to call you out in the most gentlest manner. So sometimes our devil energy here, or like our negative thinking, kind of goes back to where we were hurt, and says that we are blocked from that opportunity because of this past, right? It's sort of like using the past to justify us not taking action. And I do feel like there's a need for you to take action. And again, this Three of Pentacles is letting me know that there is a sense of asking for assistance, collaborating, a sense of you're being asked to have a sense of, gain a sense of emotional maturity, right? No longer going back to this Three of Swords, or wherever it is that, caused it, accepting it, like understanding it happened. Let me take the lessons. What did I need to learn? Not letting it tie you. It's almost like like I said, it's blocking you in so many ways. And if this isn't about love at all, then it, like for me, it feels like for some sort of creating something, right? Like the Three of Swords, like you have a creation, like for example, any kind of creation. It could be like you were working on a business. It could be working on a novel. For some of you, or writing something that you really thought was important, something where you were really excited about, right? You were really, really excited about. You did like a whole bunch of stuff, but it just didn't pan out, right? It just didn't pan out. So instead of like, okay, looking at it like what was good and what was bad, like what can I learn from this? What I really think what you consider this as a failure, right? What can I learn from this quote unquote failure? What do I need to learn from it? One of the things that maybe you might want to learn is asking for help and assistance. Another thing is to trust your intuition a lot more than you're, doing. You have really good insights, I have to say, have really good insights, but I think your doubt, and maybe what you think is like previous experiences, like, oh yeah, I can't really trust myself. No, really trust your intuition. Ask for assistance when you need it. And then that is something that's so important here. Here with this Ten of Swords, maybe for some of you, maybe not necessarily looking for the, it's funny because I'm saying like ask for assistance, but sometimes we ask others to make sure that what we're doing is right, like getting needing confirmation from others. That might be not something that you need not do anymore. You don't need to ask for reassurance from others, more or less. If you need reassurance, I really want to say like your spirit team is on it, right? It's on it. Or real, like, or friends that are really there for you, that really want your growth. Sometimes friends are not that way, and it's just a human thing, right? Some people just don't, if they themselves are, if they're not creating, right? it's so much easier to see that somebody's creating, and sometimes you just poo-poo their projects. You're just like, oh yeah, so-and-so is not going to like succeed. Can you believe that? Like they're trying to do this, like something that like, because they themselves want to try to do it, but they don't have the courage. And so what I'm going to say to you here is that you have the courage, and you shouldn't let others, especially getting that reassurance from others, stop you. And you have a lot of ideas, and I really think that they're worth pursuing, right? There's also, for those of you who this is love about, there's a lot more choices than you think there are. So you might be sticking to one particular person, but it's like, no, there's more choices out there. Being a nice reminder for that. Judgment, there's like, I feel like an awakening from this. So it's very, very beautiful energy here. Like, let me just keep, like, if you're not getting that at all, I'm like, oh no, that's very nice. Look at that, self-love, manipulated, okay. Feminine, again, that's like awakened creativity and scattered. Okay, see how it all plays so beautifully. Okay, divine feminine, that's the Empress energy that's being trapped right now. You have an awakened creativity, you have a lot of creativity, and I love it. I do think that manipulated, so I will not be controlled. I'm not necessarily saying that others manipulate, but I do think that you're going external, trying to get the reassurance that I almost feel like you need to connect to yourself, like your intuition, the one that's guiding you, your creative inclinations, right? You just kind of get these ideas. You're like, oh, you know what? This would be really cool. But then you don't trust yourself. There's a sense of hesitancy coming through here. Because you're like, maybe like, again, I feel like you keep going back to past failures, and you say, oh, but that didn't work out. That was never the lesson for you to learn. The lesson was not, it's never like, oh, okay, I should never try again. The lesson is like, there is lessons in between there, like, okay, what worked and what didn't work, right? So I feel that's an important thing. And again, it's also a sense of letting go of control, of trying to take it all in on yourself, by yourself, always, like, right? There is a sense of self-love here, and that is actually also reminding me of the divine feminine again, but it's also the Empress energy. It's really turning within yourself. Like, I think you might have a way of trying to get value from others, and so it's an internal. I want you to have this like affirmation of yourself, like, you know yourself better than a lot of other people, and you know your creativity, you know all these things, and then instead of beating yourself up again for past failures, understanding that there was a lesson there. And I think a lot of lessons is like self-love. It's not like, we tend to think that when we make a mistake, it's the end of the world. It is not. It's actually just the beginning steps to something greater. And so I think that's an important thing. I do think that there is a sense of scattered here. And I do like, the scattered energy feels like, well, it's twofold. I feel like your focus is too much on the swords, like your thoughts, too much on your thoughts, not enough on your intuition, not enough on your own emotions in many ways. And so I do feel like that's a thing here. There's also a sense of, again, it's sort of like your ideas, you need to attend to them first. You need to, like, your energy is trying too hard to, okay. So you're planting a seed of an idea, but you're trying to go outside a little bit too much. First, you have to formulate it. You have to, like, let it like stay in your thoughts, figuring it out. So your thoughts are all over the place because you haven't decided to focus. You haven't given this particular thing, I don't know what it is, this creative idea, a real chance. Your energy feels all over, but it's not really your energy. It's actually more your thoughts, right? It's your thoughts and they're going towards places like your Three of Swords, again, past mistakes, Ten of Swords, like where you were hurt, like that's where you end up. And I kind of think that's just your way of preventing yourself from being hurt, like failing ahead of time. It's like I'm failing ahead of time so that you're like, oh, I can never do it because it didn't work out. And I mean this too as well with in love as well, for those of you who this is about, like, oh, I want love, but no, first, yeah, self-love. You can't expect somebody else to fill your cup. It just isn't gonna, like, if it's like you can't pour your love all over, right? You have to first pour yourself the cup. So self-love is very important. And I also feel like your feelings is also of like saying, oh, it didn't work out with this person, or like really focusing on this one particular person. I feel like, oh, no, you have to, like, if it didn't work out with this person, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Maybe there is, I don't know, but I don't think there is. It's just sometimes we don't mesh with certain people. Even if there was an official meshing, sometimes the meshing is too good and the person runs away because it's scary. We don't know what happened, but you're focusing too much on that. You are really, what I'm seeing here is that there's a sense of almost like showing a gratitude for where you are right now, and projecting mentally, like the magician energy, thinking about what it is, where you want to go next, like manifesting the next step. Whew, I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's see what we need to surrender. Okay, so surrender unhealthy relationships. So let go of a relationship that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. And so this is like those friends that are not really helping you. I get that. Or the person you're like, I really want to be with this particular person, but this person is not there for you right now. So I do like how it all comes together, and surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it as it is will bring you peace. So if this person doesn't want to be with you, that's okay. Accepting that is okay, because something better is coming your way. And I also want to say that as well with like your creative projects. Sometimes our creative projects, like, there was failures, and there's reason for that, because either you're gonna change and shift and grow that idea to a different, like, pivot to a different thing, or you're going to go on a totally different direction, which was where you were headed. Those blocks in your life are never there because to like, every bump in the road, is what I say, is there's growth for you in it. All right, so let's see what affirmation I can get you for the collective of group one to help them as they go through this growth of theirs. I'm a winner. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's actually a great one to have, because it's always, I feel like you keep thinking of all those times when you failed, and it's like you're like, I'm a loser, I'm a failure, and that's not true at all. Here and now, I'm focused on the present moments, and I do not let the past hold me back. Yeah, very much. Yeah, wow. I love this. Look at this. Look. You and the magician came out again for you. I am a powerful human who is able to manifest anything that I desire. And then just breathe. And this is the Love You Affirmations by Gifted Soul 777. So just breathe. I'm deserving of positive outcomes. Divine, please assist me in releasing all anxiety and negative mind chatter. And this one, I would say, that is exactly. And look at this. It's asking for assistance, which is something we were thinking about this. All right, and so now we're gonna also see what superpower is coming, or like what power is coming once you release this, once you surrender this. What is the thing that's gonna happen? You're gonna bloom anyway. All right, so it's like, once you let go, the growth is that you're actually going to get the things that you want. Yeah, celebrate what you have. You're gonna celebrate. There's going to be celebrations, and you're going to actually, I feel like you're going to acknowledge that you are already the King of Pentacles, that you're already the magician. I feel like you think that you have no power, but you're actually quite powerful. And so I feel like you're going to finally see, wait, I don't have to change any of this stuff. I'm going to bloom, like where I am right now. There's a sense of blooming, and there's a sense of like, hey, celebrating, like, look, I've accomplished so much. So And I think if you can get these two things, oh, your world is going to change completely. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. And also, I will be doing a Reiki, and like at the end of the video, to help you release, surrender what you need to release and let go of, and instead allow the new energy, allow the truth to come here, that you are truly a creative, you are a manifester, you're a creator. So don't forget that, my friends. Thank you so much. I feel very honored that I was able to read your cards, and until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. My dear friends from group 2, I'm very excited to do this. I could already tell you that like we're getting called out a little bit in the best way possible. I'm getting called out too, so it's not like you're by yourself in this one. But let's go ahead and see. I'm just kind of doing all this cool stuff. All right. Okay, look at that. Oh, I just want you to see something right off the bat. There's 10 of Cups and 10 of Cups. So happiness and fulfillment is on your way, my friends. But we are facing some things that we need to face. Okay, and we're going to clarify all these things. All right, but we did want to see. Okay, so we have the web weaver, synchronicities, divine intelligence, cause and effect. So with this, I'm going to... it's so funny. I'm going to say to you, there's something that you need to surrender is, I want to say you have to surrender to the divine intelligence, right? And so with that, I mean, what you think is not going to work out is actually, whatever it is that's happening is for you, not to you. And that's an important thing. There's also a sense here as also understanding that where your energy or your thoughts or what you're putting out there is what you are kind of, receiving. So there's the cause and effect is really what I'm seeing here. And so see, because it could be so simplistic. I could say, oh, just surrender negative thinking, but that's not really, I don't think that's a practical thing to say, because it's not easy to let go of negative thinking sometimes. But so what I'm going to say to you is, I'm not taking, surrender your reactions, surrender reacting right away. So what I'm saying is, instead, I want you to, when an event happens in your life, and so this is sort of I'm going off, and then I'll look into these cards, but when something happens in your life, especially when it's drama, or when something it's big and you feel it's the right, and take that breath and I would say pause for a second, and really think about, set an intention of what it is that you want your outcome to be. How are you going to react to this, and how can you react to it for your highest good? So because and that's why I'm no, it's so easy to just say negative thinking, go away. It's but it's sometimes we just naturally have thoughts that happen. But what I don't want you to do, or what I'm suggesting that you don't do, is act from that state of mind before you've actually zoomed yourself out. Take yourself out of that and really let, I would say, the divine intelligence guide you instead. I'm hoping that makes sense to you. So, oh yeah, we're already I'm really liking this reading, because I can feel that there's a lot of first of all, there's a lot of beauty and happiness that I'm being shown here. You have the 10 of Cups, you have the World. I do feel like you are capable of transforming, is what I'm seeing here. And coming to this cycle of ending, there might even be able to recognize, connect with others. But right now, what I feel is sort of you are trapped in this Four of Cups, Eight of Swords, and then this Five of Cups. And really, this Five of Cups, it doesn't really bother me as much as this Four of Cups and this Eight of Swords. I think you're capable of overcoming this, but what's really making you feel stuck is this two cards right here. Because the Four of Cups, to me, it's almost like you're hiding from something. It's almost like it's not a hermit mode in the hermit mode where you're introspection and you're trying to understand yourself, but rather like almost like taking yourself out of the equation because you don't want to engage in life anymore. So it's almost like a bit of a depressive energy here, like very, yeah, because it's apathetic. And then the Eight of Swords, I feel like you are not realizing the power that you do indeed have. That's why, like, the Five of Cups, I'm like, it doesn't bother me. I'm not saying that we're going to stick with it. I'm actually going to clarify it, but I would like to, but I want you to see that really these two are the cards that are actually holding you back. This, I feel like if you can just like feel it and then release it, I think that's what it is. All right, let's see what this Four of Cups is doing here. I'm going to actually put it. So what is this Four of Cups doing here? What is this Four of Cups doing here? What is this Four of Cups doing here? Queen of Swords. Okay, what is this Four of Cups doing here? What is this Four of Cups doing here? The Justice. And then the Five of Pentacles. Okay, what is this Eight of Swords doing here? 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 The Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Interesting. Interesting, then there's also like a sense of death coming through here. What is this Five of Cups doing here? Queen of Wands. What is this Five of Cups doing here? Queen of Pentacles. What is this Five of Cups doing here? Nine of Wands. Okay. Then you have the Three of Swords underneath there as well. Okay. Actually, I guess if we're going to do it, might as well. Let's go with it. And so, actually, I also wanted to see what's the Three of Pentacles. Maybe the Death card as well. Okay. What is this Three of Pentacles doing here? Three of Pentacles. Okay. I love when that happens. Okay. What is this Death card doing here? Huh. The Hangman. Wow, there's so much interesting energy here. Okay. So this is actually quite different from how I usually clarify. I only stick to one card. But I wanted to like really get the Four of Cups here. We have Four of Cups. We also have the Queen of Swords. We have the Justice card. So one of the things that I'm seeing here is that there's Five of Pentacles. You're coming from a place of scarcity. And I actually think the Queen of Swords is there to help you. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if it was like, I feel like, and because I feel like the light and the birds are really guiding me here. So you have, maybe it's a friend, or maybe it might be your, because like I said, this Four of Cups makes me feel like also that you are feeling like a bit powerless. You feel like this Five of Pentacles, like in like things, I keep hearing it's like things are not going to work out, or things are always going to be the same. That's what things are going to always be the same. And so first of all, you have the Queen of Swords energy. You actually have a lot of feminine energy here, but the Queen of Swords is there to guide you and say the truth is that that's not true at all. Things aren't always going to stay the same. There's a sense of justice here. There's the same sense of balance coming through here. I do feel like what are being said is like, to me, justice is several different things, but one of them is the sense of karma. I do think that your karma is coming through here, and there's good karma. And I feel like Spirit's saying, hey, look, I'm giving you the stuff that you want. I'm giving you this Ace of Cups. I'm giving you the opportunities. I'm giving you the abundance. I'm giving you all these things. But I feel like you're blind to them. And so it's time for you to listen to this Queen of Swords. It's time for you to cut all these blinders. So one of the things that you have to is I'm seeing here with the Five of Pentacles is that you feel like there's no hope, there's nobody there, but there's help. That's the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is acknowledging that there's help for you. Wow. That there is a divine intelligence. I feel like it's almost like, and you feel it, and it's what the funny thing is, because you are in this state of being, it's like a part of you is pouty and a part of you is like, no, like a little spoiled kid, and I don't mean that at all. And then there's a part of you that's so wise and so like wants to cut through it all, right? But it's a little hard. It is a little hard because it might be like a planetary thing, it might be an astrological thing, but it also, I just feels like you also kind of beat yourself up about this as well. I feel like that's what it is. So you're feeling in this Four of Cups, and then you feel like it's like Four of Cups, and you're like, and you know that there's something else, because I feel like you know it. Like, this is the Queen of Swords. You have this sense of clarity coming through, but you feel like you can't, you feel stuck, you feel stagnant, and you feel like, oh, like you're missing out. I know that there is a sense of Three of Pentacles, so there's assistance, maybe doing something with others. If you can't do it by yourself, if you're like, for example, if you're having trouble getting, you know, started in something, then maybe helping others in their projects, right? Get yourself to a point of excitement again. And so I do see, I'm so glad this is telling me here, because I do feel like you're being trapped here, because I feel like your defenses are up. Here we have the Seven of Wands. You're like defending. You're like, nope. That's my little buddy. Okay, so we have you're oh, it's a funny thing. Sorry, it's because it's sort of the message. I think you're defending this need to be independent, and you're saying, oh, in order for me to be independent, I have to keep these walls up. I have to keep this everything. I have to, and it's sort of like it reminds me a little bit of Group 1, because there's assistance available to you, but you're refusing to take it. And so, what I want to say here to you, I hope you hear, is that you're trading the Queen of the Nine of Pentacles for the King of Pentacles. It's almost like you can have so much more. You can have so much more, and it could be, and this could be in terms of love, and this could be in terms of abundance. This could be whatever it is. You can have so much more if you let that guard down. If you stopped this, you're putting up the defenses. It's almost like you're like, nope, like you're saying no to any help whatsoever. You're like, I have to go at it alone, and then have to do it because you think that that's being independent, and that's not really it at all. That's not the truth at all. I feel like you're taking your power away, and you're also taking away your ability to have this King of Pentacles. There is a sense here too of needing to, I think, transform your thoughts is what I'm seeing here. Really understand, what is independence for you? Independence is sort of like you holding yourself off, and like I said, I feel like you're just closing yourself off completely. Is that independence, or is that just being in a state of solitude? And I'm not against, like I do hermit mode all the time, and I understand when I have this Four of Cups, where regardless of what happens, I'm like, oh, like I shouldn't do this. Like I don't see that opportunities. I'm close to it. I really do feel like that. So I feel like this is a little bit of being called down too with you, but I'm working on it, right? I'm beginning to see that I can be the King of Pentacles, and instead of just being this Nine of Pentacles, yes, it's a lovely form, but having it all, right? Having it all, and knowing that the work that I did is so much better than having to keep this guard up here. I don't know. So I think it is really all about, the thing you need to give up is how you're thinking about it. It's the thoughts here that are really keeping you bound and tied. Yeah, and I like this because, okay, you're explaining to me this death. Yes, and I do. Yeah. See, again, sorry. And I like that this death is kind of clarifying, because this, they're all linked together. And so it is the hangman energy. I do feel like you are trapping yourself in many ways by again, 5 of Wands. It's like you're on the defensive. You're on, I don't know what you're like, I don't understand what you're defending. What I'm really seeing here is like, it's almost like you're defending that you don't want to change. Because I feel like that you keep battling this change, the death. You keep battling this death. But the change is happening. So, and again, if you can accept the change, if you can accept what is being offered. So maybe for some of you, it's that you want, like, you want things to go, like, you think that there's only that one solution, right? You've tried that method and it didn't work out for whatever reason, but you're still trying that method instead of like, hey, let's look at different perspective, understanding that you are a creator. Again, the Empress, like abundance, and here, even the Empress here, we have the butterfly. There's a sense of transformation. There's a sense of, when we look at the bunny, there's a sense of good luck, first of all, and there's also a sense of facing your fears. Here is really about taking action here as well. Oh boy. Don't stop fighting the change. Stop fighting the transformation, because it's what you've been wanting. It really is. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh yes. I do like this. I'm sorry. All right. Look at this. You have, wow, how many? You have the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Queen of Wands. Now, this might be having to do with like somebody else. Like maybe you were in a 3-party situation. And it could be something where like it hurts. It could be friends that hurt you, or you're no longer friends with somebody. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe they made a mistake. Again, but it's like you're defending, and you're like you're defending and staying in this 3 of Swords energy. Like you're determined to suffer, and there's no reason, because look, you have the Queen of Wands. There's a sense of creation. There's a sense of like passion, and then you also have the Queen of Pentacles, which is a sense of well-being. Like there's a sense of being grounded, but just knowing that there is a well-being and nurturing that comes through here. It's almost like you're denying yourself. For some of you, I feel like you're denying yourself this happiness of family, maybe of being fulfilled. Like I keep of having everything you want. You keep denying yourself, because I think, and I'm gonna say this, because of possibly like where you felt wrong in the past, but it's something else. It's sort of like it feels like your thoughts and definitions are off. You're not being honest with yourself, and that's why I'm saying, like, you need to be honest with yourself, really honest with yourself, and look at what you want. And what I think you really want is like a family, maybe, or like fulfillment, happiness. You want to be happy, but in order for that to happen, you need to shift and change your thoughts and allow this transformation, which I think is coming from you. And maybe even assistance, get help, or help like others. I feel like if you can't get out of that 4 of Cups, helping others, that might help motivate you again. Wow, this is like a very strong thing. But I want you to see this. You have the ability to have the 10 of Cups not once but twice. You have the World here, which I feel like it's a sense of you are on top of the world. Oh, wow. There's a sense of letting the divine intelligence guide you. So what else are we needing to let go? Okay. Whew. There's more to me than what you see. So I think there's a sense of needing to really, I think there's, for you to really understand who you are, I almost feel like there's like static. Other ideas, other like external static of what you think you should be or who you think you need to be. Your idea of independence is opposite of what your desires, because I think your definition of independence is where you have to go at it alone. And I guess there's a sense of journey of solitude, and I get it, but I'm gonna say something which I'm not sure that everybody, you're never really alone, my friend. And I feel that's also this divine intelligence telling you something here. It's like, you're never alone. You may think that there is a journey of solitude here and that you're all by yourself, but it's not true. There's always, like, you are always Spirit's always with you. Oh, if you believe in God, and God is always with you. But there's a sense of, yeah, I feel like you're struggling. You're trying to think that this is like, I have to go at this alone. I have to be alone. I have to, and I don't understand it. It's like, I don't understand why you think that. And I can see an idea. I think it's because you feel like that's independence, but it doesn't. In your heart of hearts, you know that that's not really what you think of it. It's like, you want the 10 of Cups. Like, you so much want the 10 of Cups, you showed up twice. You want to be on top of the world. You want to have it all. And I feel like, but you're like, no, but I can't have it all and be, like, allow others. I feel like maybe be in union, like maybe have a family. You're like, nope, there's something here. There's a sense of stability. Now, that would be the Justice again, right? You're trying to, like, and in this, you're kind of almost like, I feel like you're going, there's no balance to your thoughts. I'm so sorry. I feel like you're going to give me a thumbs down. I'm so sorry, but this is what it's coming out. I feel like you're an all or nothing kind of person. And I get that. I was always like that too. And I'm learning that I think the hardest thing to be is in actually, like, there in the middle, finding your path. Like, and this is, look, the balance that comes from, it's from actually being able to see both things, you know, like having that sense of balance. So you could be, I'm here, I'm going to say this to you. It's like, if you want a spiritual, like, journey, which I get, that's like, you're like, you think that you have to have a spiritual journey. And in order to have a spiritual journey, you have to almost like block everything and block everyone else and everything. And that's not what this is about at all. I feel like Spirit is saying to you, not at all. You can have the 10 of Cups and still be, you can have a family, right? You can be in union. You can do all those things. You can have friends. You can help. There's could be collaboration and still do your spiritual journey. You can still be independent and still have all of those things. It's almost like your thoughts need to find balance. There needs to be a stability in your thoughts, because it's I think all of this is coming from your definition of something that is working in opposition to your desires. And I don't necessarily think that definition is correct either. I think it's not something that comes from within yourself. And that's even bigger, because your heart of hearts, your soul is screaming. It's screaming the 10 of Cups. It's screaming the 10 of Cups. It's screaming, I want to have it all. But you keep not letting me have it all. And that's your heart and that's your soul speaking. And then so it's almost like, and the divine intelligence is saying, like, I keep throwing you stuff, right? I keep giving you hints, keep showing you, and keep giving you the things like there's an Ace of Cups here, and keep giving you the things that you want, but you keep pushing them away. Yeah. So the present moment here, oh boy, this is going to be an interesting one. So the present moment that I'm going to say to you is actually define what you desire, define your desires, define your needs, define your everything. I want to almost start to tell you, recreate your vocabulary. What is it that independence means to you? What is it that you really desire? It's almost like, and it's deep. It's like, what is the meaning of life for you? And even defining yourself. Who do you want to be in this present moment? Who do you want to be in the future? Like, I feel like there's a lot of static of other like influences around you that gave you all these ideas of what you have to be. Like, what is independence? You have to, like, no. And I feel like your heart and your intuition, yourself, your Empress energy is trying to guide you towards what you really want. Yourself is wanting to do that, but your thoughts, which have, like I said, your thoughts, which have been influenced a lot by external factors, are in a position with your heart. And so I have to say, rethink it, because I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, how do I say it? It's not even you who's doing it. It's very much, it's like, again, it's the static of others, or like of what you've been brought up to. So that's why I feel like you need to re-educate yourself. Really get to understand who you are, and is this what you really want? Is independence being by yourself completely and closed off? Is it a journey of solitude? Is this really what you're being called to, or is it really more your true Empress energy, the divine feminine energy here, that is being called to want the 10 of Cups? The 10 of Cups, the being on top of the world, but being a part of the world, not excluded from the world. Wow. Oof, it gives me chills. Look at this. Okay, so we're surrendering our stubbornness. So if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. I'm not touching that. But yeah, it's like, really, because I feel like you have a knee-jerk response. It's sort of like this cause and effect. You immediately like react, and if you could just take a moment of silence, just pause and see where this is going to lead you. And is it really your true reaction? Is it coming from your heart, from your higher self, or is it something else? Is it, again, the static? Oh, spirit, you. Okay, in a quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Oh, so beautiful, so beautiful. Oh, you have no idea. Okay, now let's go ahead. I'm sorry, I made this quite long. It's not my intention. But when we go into it, we go into it. Please don't give me a thumbs down just because I called you out. I hear you. I understand. I want you to be happy. I love happily ever afters. I really, really, truly 100% do. I am one of those people that just wants people to be happy. And you are not happy, my friend. And you have the potential to be happy. Way more happier than you've ever been. So I'm gonna, and I think that's why it is. Like, there's more to me than you see. And I think you don't understand that there's more to you than you know. So here we go. Let's see what affirmations we can give the collective of group 2. Level up. I accept changes as it comes and use it to inspire me to create new opportunities and be the best in the game. And then there's a sense of, I am only human. Understanding this, I understand there's a lot of us who are like, oh, we're spiritual, but we are also human. We are in this, like 3D, we're in this living material world. I'm sorry, that's true. We live in it. We live in this world. So, and look at this. We do have it. I balance both the divine masculine and divine feminine, as they are both part of my existence. Do not deny yourself one or the other. And look at this. Again, I really think that you really want family. I make more time for family. Oh boy. Okay. And what other things can you help us here? what amazing things can happen. Yep, it's time for you to create something new. I think it's time for you to create a new you in being more honest with yourself, letting that Queen of Swords slash away the illusion, and then really be you. You don't know how wonderful it is, and it is time for you to open your heart. Yeah. And look, we also have reach out and ask for help. And again, that is something that is like your divine intelligence, you know, is there. It's really guiding you. You have no idea. It's giving you the Ace of Cups over and over and over and over and over again. All the things that you want, it's giving you over and over and over again. You keep ignoring it because of the way you perceive things, your definition of things. So with that, I'm gonna end it. Gonna let it go. I hope that it helps. I really do. I am going to do a Reiki for this, not, you know, like to help surrender things that we need to let go of. Yeah, you have no idea how happy you can be. I'm sorry. So there, we're going to leave that there. And then thank you for letting me read your cards. I hope you don't mind. I'm very like blunt. I'm not going to, yeah, like I'll tell it like what I see. So hopefully you know, like the honesty. So with that, I am sending you so much love and so much light until I see you in the next one. Bye bye, my dear friends. Hello, my friends from group 3. Oh, sorry. I just like group 2. That was intense. But I can feel, I think that there's something else here. So let's see what you need to surrender, my friends. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have creativity and vastness. I also see the moon that is kind of full here, so it's almost like an ending. But I really want to say, I want to like tell you that you need to surrender into the magic, into your own magic here. Vastness and creativity. There's also a sense of there's a lot more to it than what you're perceiving or seeing here. What really calls me out here is this judgment. It's almost like you are being called to awaken. I'm going to clarify all these because there's a lot of energy here. And well, the awakening comes after looking at things from a different perspective. So the Hangman kind of showed up a lot in this reading, like in all readings, like in all these piles. So it's interesting to me. Okay, let's see. What is this 9 of Wands doing here? What is this 9 of Wands doing here? What is this 9 of Wands doing here? Okay, what is this 2 of Swords doing here? What is this 2 of Swords doing here? Okay. What is this Hangman doing here? What is this Hangman doing here? Oopsie. Okay, so it's actually going to be the 5 of Swords upside down. What is this Judgment doing here? What is this Judgment doing here? The Moon. Okay. What is this Judgment doing here? High Priestess. Wow. What is this King of Swords doing here? Ooh. Knight of Swords. What is this 7 of Pentacles doing here? 3 of Swords coming out. What is this 7 of Pentacles doing here? The Strength card. Okay, what is this Page of Wands doing here? 2 of Cups. Okay, what is this Knight of Wands doing here? The Sun. Okay. Whew. Oh yeah, and I wanted to see what is this 9 of Wands again. What is this 9 of Wands doing here? Knight of Cups. Okay. Oh, this was going to be an interesting one. Really, I'm gonna tell you, like, this is like, I think this is my, like, the call, like, I get this, there's a lot of different things, but this is, I almost feel like this is a message in itself. And so it almost feels like it is you being asked. So I'm actually going to treat this as almost like I think a message in itself, or at least this is a big message here. And so this is the judgment. I feel like it is an awakening, and I really feel like it's an awakening of your intuition, this high priestess, connecting to your actual psychic abilities. Yeah, psychic abilities with the moon. And again, the moon is so important to you. Full moon, letting go, releasing, but there is a sense of releasing this. Like, so I think you already know you have psychic abilities. You already have some sort of like, it's psychic abilities. I can't like say anything. It's psychic abilities. You have this. I feel like you've been trapping it, like you've been, or it's been dormant or not as powerful as it's meant to be. And so this is a message here coming through here, and this is creativity, and this vastness too is coming through. It's like, it's time for you to wake up to this. And so start listening to your intuition. Start listening to, and actually would say keep a dream journal as well, because your dreams are going to be very, they might be like prophecies in them a little bit. They're going to give you a lot of knowledge and wisdom that's coming through. So dreams are so important to you. I feel like there's a sense of, what I'm going to say is almost surrender to your gifts, surrender to your ability. I want to say to know what's going to happen, or to feel what's going to happen, to hear like clear audience, clear sensory, like all those. It's almost like that's what I'm gonna say to you with that. And there is another essence here of 9 of Wands. Okay. Okay, so for some of you, there might be this, because there's love here, but there's also other things. So I'm gonna try my best. I think lots of people are going to choose this pile. And so for some of you, I'm going to say, choose to keep going, right? Keep going. Don't let go of things that you're doing with your heart, following through with your heart, versus what you think you need to do with this like status quo with a Hierophant. There's also a sense of, for some of you, okay, so I'm gonna say something that probably not everybody's gonna like, but if you're waiting for somebody who has a significant other who might be married or something, I almost want to say that if you're gonna keep holding on to them, you're going to miss an opportunity with some, like, there's a new offer, there's a new element here, there's a new, like the Knight of Cups, somebody who could be genuinely who could love you here. So just be aware of that. I'm not going to tell you which way to choose when there are different choices here again. Choices here, we have the choices, the Two of Swords. So again, it is a sense of like acting. Here we have the Ace of Wands, so it's like passion, beginnings with like passion, creativity. Creativity is playing a very strong role here. And so if this is like the Nine of Swords, and you're like, if you're deciding, oh, should I do something like where I follow my creativity, or just like, stick to the 9 to 5 or something, heart leads you, right? Again, passion leads you here. Needing to take action leads you here. And for those of you who are like, okay, you have somebody who has a significant other, is married or something, and there's this new element here, right? There's a new element. If we can surrender that, there is a new element with this Ace of Wands, and there is potential here, right? The choice of like actually having a true, like the Emperor, could be finding your true, or at least like one of your soulmates, like, or possible future husband, or wife, whatever. There's that. All right, so there's so much, there's a lot, let me tell you. All right, surrendering the ego. The Five of Swords upside down. We need to surrender the ego. Looking things from a different perspective with this Hangman. Letting go of the ego. It is when you let go of the ego, I think that's when you also start to really understand yourself. You go on this very, very spiritual journey here. King of Swords. Oof, this is an interesting one because we have like the King, the Knight of Swords here guiding us. See how many knights you have, like different knights here as well. Do we have another king? Yeah, you have it. Like you have, wow, you have 3 knights. So there is like a lot of different energy coming through here. There is a sense, for some of you, I actually feel like this King of Swords is, because this is like, it feels like there's a love reading here. Sorry, it does. So for some of you, this King of Swords might be this, the one that the Hierophant represents here, the one you're still holding on to here. And so I do feel like if you go off, if you decide not to wait any longer, this person might actually then decide to take action. Right now you are the chaser and they're the runner. And so that might change. But I also, for the King of Swords, I almost feel like there's a sense of you needing to find like a logic, looking at things from almost a detached point of view. And even the High Priestess can also be a sense of detachment here. Looking at things like from a detached point of view, not saying like where we're not emotions, but there's like an objective. You need to be more objective in order to take action, like in order for you to take action here. And why I'm saying also that this is like possibly a love reading is because the 7 of Pentacles, it's almost like you're waiting for this particular person, with three of Swords, which, you know, like you're waiting for this particular person. And look, and even in the Strength card, there's a sense of longing here. You're a lot stronger than you believe, and there's more to you. That there's like a lot of like beautiful energy coming through here. So I almost feel like, don't, for those of you who this is not a love reading, don't regret the time that it takes you to build up your strength, to get to where you need to be. Like, things are working out. Things like, especially if this is something like creative, where you're just like, especially if you're choosing something to follow your heart instead of like, I guess, your ego or what was expected of you. This time, the 7 of Pentacles is you're feeling like, oh, this is like sadness. No, this is where you're building your strength. This is where you're building a good, strong foundation. And here, again, the Page of Wands here, I'm going to continue with not the love reading, but the other one where this is a creative thing. The Page of Wands is giving you this energy of like, excitement, like childlike wonder and creativity, like trying things just for the sake of trying things, because you just want to, like, because it sounds like fun. And in it, I think you're going to find your true self here. And it's also going to, like, because it's going to lead you to take action on those creative thoughts. The Ace of Wands is going all the way to this Knight of Wands, when you're going to take all this action and it's going to lead to this happiness, this fun. And so for all the others of you who this is like a love reading here, this is sort of your energy here, this Page of Wands. So here I feel like there's a lot of pain for some of you that you're still holding on to, especially if this person, like I said, has a significant other and is possibly married. Because I feel like if there's a choice, there's a soulmate here that's trying to come through, and that's almost like this, I feel like this Knight of Wands here, that will bring you happiness with the Sun. Very interesting. You do have the balance of divine feminine, divine masculine here. Whew. Oh man. Sun intense one. Let's go. Abundance, again, the sun, happiness, joy, a field full of happiness, optimism, again. Okay. So surrendering, I would say your sense of limitation. I feel like knowing you're abundant, and I feel like abundance in love, abundance in better days are ahead. Yes. Letting go confusion. Okay. Letting go of confusion, and then practice gratitude. Yes. Oh my goodness. I love when it all goes down there. And there's a sense of grounding. So letting go of this confusion. And so it's so funny. I'm sorry. Like, this reading kind of drained me a little bit. I'm like, I'm really like, I'm gonna need a nap after this, because there's a lot of energy here. And so the Two of Swords is, it's sort of like you get to, like, you're in a state of confusion, but it's really not true. You already know what your heart wants to do. It's almost like you're just afraid of going to a new method, like going to a new person, like opening your heart again. But you do have a lot of things. And again, this actually, the practice gratitude is like the Seven of Pentacles. Doesn't feel like things are progressing fast enough, but they are. There's a lot of motion here. You're just maybe not seeing it. Okay, is that what else? The grounding, yes. Grounding, again, that feels like a lot of this energy, because like I said, there's like, this is a really strong message, whether it's like this is a love reading or whether it's a creative reading, whatever it is, this is a message for there's a sense of you, of your psychic abilities. There's a level up that in order for you to level up, it's almost like you have to stop hiding them. It's like you have to surrender. I would say surrender to the cosmos, surrender to that, to your intuition, surrender to all those feelings that you've been doing, and maybe doing some grounding. And this is going to very much likely lead you to this abundance as well. So surrender resentments and surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Oof. Okay, so surrendering resentment. Holding on to resentment only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings, and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. And that might be resentments, maybe from this person who you've waited for a long time. You really waited for this person, but they were not in that space. And I feel like if you can let them go, for those of you who this is love, and let them, like, new love, even like more, I think love is going to come here. And I do also feel like they will chase you afterwards too, which is funny. I always find it funny. But there's also a sense of not resenting, I maybe having to make a choice. I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm going to say that, and I'm going to leave that there because, yeah, that's how it's going to be. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. So take relaxing breaks and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy that is there. Again, grounding. I feel like, especially because you're, like I said, your psychic abilities, maybe you're, becoming, like, especially if you're an empath, you're going to, like, it's like going to go to a new level. You're needing to ground. You need to surround yourself with this to help you. Okay, let's go ahead and see what other things here we have. There are unlimited sources available to me. I can do what I do what I can with what I have. Okay, so that's a good one. I'm on the right path. Oh yeah, lots of you needed to hear that. And so like, I'm a gold digger. I'm a gold digger, not a gold digger, but I think there is gold for you, but you have golds, go with it. Oh, look at this. So I allow myself to indulge in the things that give me pleasure without feeling guilty. That's an important priorities. I never lose sight of what's important. So that's also an important thing. What is important to you? Like, what is it really that like, that will guide you to, especially if you're having this confusion, you're not sure which way to go. You do know already, but you have to understand, like, what is it that is your priority. Let's see what other things coming through here. It is open your heart. It came out before, and it's sort of like, I also feel like speak your truth. And I want to say speak your truth to yourself. You need to tell your truth. And again, it says indulge. Indulge in sweet pleasure. So there's a need for you to be allowing yourself to indulge. So not always everything. And show what you know. So maybe showing all the stuff that you already know. Like you do have a lot of like beautiful things here. So okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna end it here because like I said, oh, this actually drained me a little bit. I knew it wasn't. It was. I think it was group. Not blaming group 2, but it was an intense reading. So, but this is like interesting too because we have so many different. Like it feels like different energies here. So hopefully this makes sense to you. I really do hope it does. If it does, please do give it a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing. Thank you just for being here, for letting me read your cards. There will be a Reiki at the end of this session, so hopefully that will help you clear what you need to surrender. And yeah, with that, I am sending so much love and so much light. Until seeing the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends.